This is the last manifestation video you're ever going to have to watch. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down for you why your manifestations aren't coming, why you're probably getting it wrong, and I'm going to be explaining exactly why things aren't working and what you need to be focusing on instead. My name is Adam. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we get started, I just want to let you know I have a free book list. It's in the description below that you can download. These are 15 books that help me heal immensely. So if you're looking for a little more guidance on that path, please feel free to download it. Okay, so why isn't my manifestation coming? There's a few things to unpack here. The first is we evolve through collective cycles of learning, meaning we learn different things at different time periods. And so what was relevant for one time period, we kind of outgrow, or we're learning different lessons in another time period. And human beings just historically have a really difficult time letting go of anything, especially ideology. So we tend to cling to things that we grew out of like 8 million years ago. And so we will keep trying to fit into it instead of realizing that either it's not relevant anymore or it's not completely relevant because it's changed. But before I get into that, collective consensus. So our reality is based on a collective consensus, which means it's all based on belief, but it's based around what the totality of the collective believes is true. Okay, so the whole you create your own reality thing, that's not outright correct. You don't create your own reality. You co-create your own reality in relationship to what the collective consensus will allow the individual to create. And sometimes that's a bit, sometimes it's not much. When you get too far ahead of the collective consensus, it kills you. That's what happened to John Lennon, that's what happened to Bill Hicks. Okay. Anyway, so if the collective consensus believed that human beings could fly, we'd be flying. That's how weird quantum mechanics is. But it doesn't believe that, and so we can't. So on an individual level, you can believe and will and think all you want that you can fly. Don't recommend jumping off a building because it's not going to work out too well because you can't override the collective consensus. Okay? Now that said, when it comes to the collective consensus evolving, there are different sort of fluctuation points we go through in different epochs, different eras. Now back in the day of like Napoleon Hill and Neville Goddard, we were learning more how to use our mind to manifest. So we were learning how to visualize things and have a burning desire. And, a lot of it was based around the personal ego creating what it wanted for itself. Whether it was a car or a house or a wife or a husband or children or whatever it was, more money. That was the general kind of consensus lesson at that time. So presumably, because I don't know, because I wasn't there, more people would have had an easier time manifesting what they wanted, although I don't really know how easy it was for people to manifest what they wanted then either. Now, people are having a fuck of a time manifesting anything. Everyone I talk to, it's like it's not coming, it's not working, none of this shit does anything anymore. Everybody's frustrated. Everybody's like, am I getting it wrong? Do I need to make another vision board? Do I need to visualize it more? Do I need to ask again? No. Because we're in a different era now. We're not learning what the collective was working on then. So it's not working. It's obsolete, which isn't to say we don't use our mind at all to manifest or all of that is wrong. It's not to say like Neville Goddard is flat out wrong. I mean, you still like on some energetic level, if you presume to have the thing already and feel like you have it, yes, it does come. Like those are the laws of the universe. But there's much less leeway anymore, and this is the reason. It's because we're in a new era. As of around 2012 or so, we went on to the new timeline. And as from what I've heard, in around 2020, around the time of COVID, is when like kind of all of the old ways just shut down and everything reset. It's like everything just got rebooted. I knew people who used to be able to see the future and whatever. There's no future anymore. No one can see shit. If anyone tries to tell you of the future, don't listen, because no one knows. We're on like a Vitamix right now, just fucking going at 1 billion miles an hour. Okay? But my point is, this life, it's not so much about manifesting. Throw that topic in the trash. Just throw it away. You're always manifesting. You're constantly manifesting all the time. This life is the life where you gotta let go of everything. You surrender your dreams, you surrender your hopes, you surrender your fears, you surrender your attachments, all of it. This life isn't about creating what you want. It's not that, but it's a bad intention to have. I don't like to use bad or good, but it's a bad intention to have. This life is about completely aligning and embodying your higher self, which means everything in the way of that, which is basically everything in the way of pure love and acceptance of what is, has to go. There's a saying in Autobiography of a Yogi that used to say, don't do as you want and then do as you like. And what that meant was, it was like the universe, if you were going to become like completely embodied with Source, the universe was going to basically just bounce everything off you. You were going to have to go through failure and mistake and like things being taken, because it was breaking down all your attachment, which is simply all of the things in the way of pure love. So where we're going is actually better, but it's a whole different bar. And so when you have the mindset of manifesting, you're already sort of activating an external attachment and perception and expectation. And all it's going to do is mess everything up. There are realities that are so much better than anything that we really know, because collectively, the collective consensus hasn't been there at least in thousands of years, if ever. And if it has been there, we're going somewhere even better than that. But again, it's like an everything must go sale. It's like the store's going out of business, like it's being cleared out. So don't focus on the partner, on the money, on any of it. It's good to have goals. Obviously, life sucks if you're completely broke. I understand that. But it's like you really want to loosely attach to what comes in. The focus needs to be internal. It needs to be on your healing. It needs to be on looking at your wounds, looking at your traumas, looking at all your ancestral traumas. If things aren't working, it's because all of this stuff is in the way. You have lack of worthiness wounds. That can be personal, it can be soul level, it can be ancestral, that isn't allowing the flow of pure love to come in. If things aren't coming in, it could also be because you have a vision of what it needs to look like, but that's your egoic lower mind trying to specify the feeling that you feel when you go to manifest. So it's good to have the feeling, it's good to feel as if you already have it. The image is all right, have no attachment to the image, because we don't know. Things are changing so quickly all the time. If you're still watching this, you know what I'm talking about. The manifestations don't work, or they don't stick, or someone comes in and 2 days later they leave. People get married and divorced within 5 seconds. It's because there's so much transition right now. And at some point it will stabilize more. And it will stabilize in these higher realities that are better than anything we've ever experienced. But the key here is, it's a new time. And everyone's still recycling like Neville Goddard and Napoleon Hill and law of attraction. And it's like, yeah, these are laws of the universe, and they were talking about that. But everyone's accessing the old period of time where we're manifesting from the ego, which can literally put you energetically into a particular realm Where attention goes, energy goes. Like when someone says the word like Jesus Christ, everyone actually thinks of something different. Some people resonate with pure Christ consciousness. Some people resonate with the Old Testament, and to them, Jesus is someone to, kill a pagan for, which is not at all what Jesus wants. And energetically, they're not connecting to love; they're connecting to a demon. That's how consciousness works. So when we talk about manifestation, a lot of people psychically tap into these sort of dirty, nasty, egoic manifestation realms, and they don't get anywhere. Or if they do, they just call in broken stuff because it's just a reflection of the wounds. Everything in front of you right now, you manifested and are manifesting. Okay? So simplify it. Different time to heal, time to love yourself just cause. That's freedom. Just cause. Just cause you exist. And when you get there more and more and more, the things will just show up. Better and better and better things will just show up. And if they leave, you won't care so much. Yeah, you might be sad if someone you really love dies, of course, I know. But more and more, you won't need any of it. Because you'll have done something that most of the people talking about, I'm not talking about Neville Goddard, but most of the people who are working on manifesting never got to. Because nobody did, because the collective just wasn't there yet. And the collective is struggling to get there now, but there is a lot more room for the individual to get there, that's for sure. Anyway, let me know how this goes. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody who watches my videos. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments, experiences you want to share. Other than that, I look forward to next time, and bye-bye.